So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Which size iPhone 11 should you buy? That is the aim of today's video. Now I'm going to assume that you guys are coming from maybe an older plus phone like an 8 plus, 7 plus, 6S plus, or maybe a 6S, a 7, an 8, something smaller like that. Maybe even a small iPhone SE from back in the day. If you're coming from the 10R, the 10S, or the 10S Max, keep in mind these phones are the same size across those devices, so this information should apply to those as well if you're looking at those phones. But let's begin by talking about, are you confused about a plus size and if maybe the iPhone 11 is going to be too big? Now you can see right here in this example that the iPhone 11 is a little bit shorter than the plus phone that you may be used to from the past, but it feels a little bit thicker at some points. And I gotta say that even though you are going to be getting a slightly shorter phone, it doesn't feel quite as wide as like a plus phone. So in terms of width going side to side, you'll be probably more comfortable with an 11, but one thing you won't be more comfortable with is going up to the top. It's not too much difference. It's still, it's not that hard to reach the top of the 8 Plus, and if it was for you before, then this is probably going to be equally as hard because it's a pretty tall phone still in the iPhone 11. But if you're looking for something smaller because your Plus phone was just too large for you, I don't think the 11 is going to be the right pick for you. However, I do think the iPhone 11 Pro will be the right pick for you if you thought that your Plus phone was too large, because this phone is significantly shorter, it's also more narrow, and it's significantly lighter than a plus phone. In addition to that, because they stretch the screen and there's basically no bezel, this display is also larger and it feels like a more immersive experience. And although it's not the biggest on paper, you don't really think about it much. It's a pretty nice size display here for the iPhone 11 Pro. So if you're that person who had a plus phone and you're like, I don't know, man, that phone was too big for me for quite some time, my hands are small, the 11 Pro is going to be the phone for you for sure. Now, if you guys had a smaller phone like SE, iPhone 7, and you're ready for a screen upgrade, here's the thing. All of these are screen upgrades on these older iPhones, but how much screen upgrade do you want? Do you want a big screen update, but you don't want to pay for the 11 Pro Max? Then you're going to go to the iPhone 11 and you'll be pretty happy if you can handle that size. But look at that size difference. It's monstrous. It's a much bigger phone. If you had an iPhone 7 and you wanted to upgrade big in the display, you wanted to go big, but you didn't want to go big on the price, you're going to be totally happy with the iPhone 11. If you love the compact size of the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 6S, then you definitely are going to want to look at the 11 Pro, and you just wanted a little bit more screen, but you don't want to lose that comfort factor of your phone. You want that comfy feel. You definitely are going to want the 11 Pro. And I want to reiterate, if you're thinking that because you get this phone, you're getting a lesser phone because the screen is smaller, you're not. You'll get used to the screen and it'll feel big when you're not comparing them in the store side by side. Believe me on that one. I have experience with all of these. Look at the size difference here. Not a big difference here in height. There is definitely a big difference in width, but overall you'll be pretty darn happy with the 5.8 inch if you liked the smaller iPhones. And lastly, if you're trying to go all out and you're trying to just get the biggest and the baddest thing and you're just tired of these really small iPhones, then the Max will be perfect for you. So that's it. I think we broke it down, and this should have helped you decide which iPhone size to get. It's not as simple as, oh, it's the cheaper one, just get that one. No, people have different hand sizes, and the 11 Pro exists for those people with smaller hands who cannot deal with these big phones. Yeah, you got to pay a little bit more than the iPhone 11, but do a trade-in, you should be able to get that price down. Do keep in mind that the 11 Pro Max is the biggest phone here, but the 11 actually creeps closer to a Max size phone than the iPhone 11 Pro. So for that confused person who has a plus phone and they're thinking, I'm going to get a smaller, more compact phone with the 11, not so much. If you want that smaller size because it's been too big for you, get the 11 Pro. You had a smaller iPhone and you want to save money, but you want a big phone, get the 11. And if you want to go all out in size, you want the biggest and the baddest, you're going to want the Max. You'll see a lot of articles saying that the 11 is the right phone for most people, but they totally are disregarding the size. They're just looking at the price. The right phone for people with small hands is the 11 Pro. Any further questions about this size confusion, go ahead and drop it down below in the comment section of this video. I'm sure there's many people that will share their experiences. I'll try to get back to as many comments as possible. And I hope this video helps you make a decision on which size iPhone to get this year. If you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.